So what is up people on the interwebs? I hope you have an amazing day and we are back with another spooky video for the spooky month. I apologise that my voice sounds awful as a witch has cursed me with a horrible curse called the common cold, so I'm slowly recovering from that. That's why my voice is a little bit all croaky and sounds like I'm dying, but I promise you I'm not dying. But of course the show must go on, so even in this croaky state I will still make a spooky video for you guys. And today we are going to explore a few tales that a few people have experienced by having an imaginary friend. So let's bring on the spooky atmosphere and let's dive into some creepy stories of people who have had quite a spooky imaginary friend. So let's go. So our first tale that we are diving into is called The Red Glowing Eyes. A mother spoke to her 4-year-old son, and her 4-year-old son informed her that he had a imaginary friend who lived in his room and would sit in the corner of his room every night, lighting up his dark room with his glowing red eyes. This imaginary friend is definitely one that I do not want to have for sure. Our next creepy imaginary friend tale is called Don't Tell My Name. My niece had an imaginary friend, but she wasn't allowed to tell anyone his name. She said if she told anyone his name, they would all be scared of him. And we kept pestering and pestering her to tell her what her imaginary friend's name was, but she never ever told us what her imaginary friend's name was. Then one day, my aunt and myself were in the hallway and my niece didn't realise, and she was still speaking to her imaginary friend. She was talking to her imaginary friend and called him by his name. And to this day, whenever I think about it, it still creeps me out, as the imaginary friend's name was Lucifer. Now, that's definitely creepy, and I would be running a mile if I found out that my niece's imaginary friend was called Lucifer, or at least be running to a church to get the priest so we can get some exorcisms going on, since that's definitely a creepy one. And now our final imaginary friend tale is called The Creeper Man. From the age of 3, my son always told me about the Creeper Man every time he went to visit his grandparents. He brings up the Creeper Man every time he visits his grandparents' house, especially when he walks into his grandparents' bedroom. I made the mistake one day asking what the Creeper Man looks like. My son said, oh, well, he's long and tall and he also doesn't have a face. Every time I think about the part when he says he didn't have a face, always sends shivers down my spine. That one is definitely creepy, just for so many things. One, the imaginary friend does sound a little bit like Slender Man, and two, if you had like a young child that ran up to you and said there's like a creepy spirit thing in your sort of parents' bedroom that it doesn't have a face, it is definitely terrifying. But let's remove the spooky atmosphere, and those were 3 scary stories about people who have experienced having a creepy imaginary friend. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. So I hope you enjoyed this spooky video, and if you did, let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if you have any creepy imaginary friend tales as well. And just remember guys, keep being spooky, keep being awesome, and I will see you tomorrow for another spooky video. Bye!